I promise you.
So let's see. Beat the Lich. Save the Earth Crystal. And now we're going... Where are we going? I finally figured out the map, by the way. Jeez. This is where I went, you know what? This is too stupid to work, but circle start. Oh, there it goes. So now we need to go southeast. I forget where exactly. I think it's the Crescent Lake. We're going to kill some sharks on the way, of course, because they just keep jumping up on deck.
Oh, God.
Like the jackasses all sharks are.
I like to think that they're like, we need some food, and they just netted a shark on accident. They're like, oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
This big levitating shark.
Lounging.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to sunbathe.
And I'm realizing just how big this world map actually is. Which is fairly large, by the way.
Yeah,
I went a good distance, and that's all it translated to. And unfortunately, the world is square, so I can just...
show up on the other side.
I have to go to this Crescent Lake, because I think next up is the Fiend of Fire.
I like how
Gulag.
Everything in these old Final Fantasy games kind of like bobs to the same rhythm, like the way the boat moves when you're walking. Yeah. It's just like everyone's just dancing a bit, even though the world is rotting. And this shit pops up.
Oh god, this is an encounter I ran away from a lot. Actually, I would run away from this early on because those scorpions can poison you and do a lot of damage.
Status effects.
I know.
And then if it fails to land, you just wasted a turn. It's like, and you try to justify your purchase of the skill, so you're like, I want it to work.
This troll looks like he has a bad headache.
Or you're playing music he doesn't really like too much.
God, why are you listening to Flesh God Apocalypse? God, they were so bad. In fact, I think Flesh God...
I forgot that was the real name again.
I think I hated them even more because initially they seemed so promising, and like I said, their female singer comes out, and I think she's an actual opera singer, operetics, whatever you call them, you know. And I'm like, this looks pretty cool actually, and she's kind of not... I'm gonna say dolled up, but I don't mean like she's dressed up for anyone's. Just theatrically has makeup on. She has on like the wig and the dress and all that.
Does she have the horn helmet? Like in the old Looney Tune cartoon?
Unfortunately, no. But here I stock up on 99 potions. And guess what? I'm going to use almost all of them in the next dungeon. But also I'm up to 51,000 gil, so I can finally buy shit. But she comes out and she's like ready to fuck. And then all the individual guys come out, and they're wearing their theatrical, their stage get up. I'm like, that's not bad, actually, what they've got on. Like, it looks kind of like, I don't know, Eastern European peasantry kind of stuff, but they've obviously, like, powdered themselves, so they're kind of pale. And they have a nice little look going to them. I'm fine with that. And then they actually start singing, and I'm just like, oh. But, of course, level 6 spells cost 20,000.
Oh, fuck.
So just when I think I'm getting ahead, they snatch it all away from me. But then I'm like, oh, all these spells suck except for Bolt 3.
Guess what? Your rent's getting raised now.
Yeah, basically, that's what this game is. It's, guess what? We're raising your rent by 15%.
Oh, no.
Except, guess what? The price of spells have gone up 250%? Your stone, that's important. Like, you don't get petrified very often. Right there, work 2, get out of the dungeon. Nice. Just escape. She can cast Stona and Shield 2, but she can't cast Warp until she's a white wizard.
That's fucked up.
It's fucked up.
Oh, man.
Especially because the dungeon you have to go through in order to get your characters up to their second level of jobs gives you 2 very important pieces of equipment, which actually allow you to tackle dungeons in an effective manner, to the point where you don't actually necessarily need Warp. So it sucks.
So, Flesh God Apocalypse.
Flesh God Apocalypse.
Now, is that the Flesh God's name is Apocalypse, or it's an apocalypse of the Flesh God?
I'm not certain. Their music sucks so bad that I just paced around outside till they were done.
The best thing is you've said this band name to me a few times, and I
still don't believe it.
Every time you say it, I think you're just making one up, like the toe-gazing...
shoegaze pussy?
Shoegaze pussy, yeah. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, Flesh God Apocalypse. Of course, that's that's the first thing you would pull out of your head if you had to come up with like an operatic kind of metal
just like
band.
earlier. What was the band? It was like
it was Spellgun.
Spellgun, that's right. Yeah,
Spellgun
with their, and then on the front of the box it's like with the #1 single, Power Word Rock.
Yeah, that shit sounds legit though.
Yeah,
like I would be into that. Like I want that to be a thing.
That's basically 3 inches of blood if they go full on into the ridiculousness of it.
Yeah, like Spellgun. Would just like there's a very certain style of metal like I can in my head that I would consider them to sound like, and
so this guy just gave us a canoe.
He just fucking handed it on over.
Yeah,
see what I mean?
Walk around with.
And like you finally have enough money to buy stuff, and people just hand you things.
And see, they're explaining to us the fiends right now, and basically the fiend of fire has just woken up because we killed the lich, even though the fiend of fire wasn't supposed to wake up for 200 more years, which there's a bit of a predestination paradox in this game, which will come to light later, but we're just going full bore into fucking these guys up.
You ever listen to The Sword?
The Sword.
They have a song about space witches.
Oh yeah, you linked me to that one.
They that's kind of how I picture Spellgun to sound. Like really like riff heavy, really, you know, kind of just more about the guitar and the music than about the lyrics, but the lyrics are like very story driven.
Oh yeah.
You know, just real guitar based, like almost like a metal version of like ZZ Top or something. Just real heavy, low, sludgy riffs. And then awesome lyrics about fucking I don't know, anything.
Let's see, Power. We need at least 3, right?
Yeah.
It's like Power Word Rock. That's the first one they released, and that gets everyone's attention. And then you have like, I don't know, one cent over the Minotaur's nest.
Yeah, like it can't be.
I'm trying to figure out this fucking labyrinth of riverways I need to go through.
So the canoe is.
It lets you go on rivers.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is pretty cool. It opens up again. It's one of those things where it's like now you can explore another chunk of the world, which is clearly delineated from the rest of the world that you've been seeing this whole time.
That's a really cool, I mean, such an early game to implement that kind of gameplay.
Also, I'm running away here because that white croc will kick my ass.
Looks like it.
And I don't want any of that.
And I wouldn't even want to fuck with red piranhas either. Like, fuck
They're not bad. It's specifically the white crocs.
Yeah, I'm gonna think on some more, you know, over
Spellgun.
Just, I want to build the band Spellgun.
Yeah.
Like I want to write songs for like, cause I played, you know,
I'm once my bonus gets in, I'm gonna order the violin right away, and I'm really gonna go in hard with that because I'm reading about music theory and about the violin.
Oh yeah.
And once I start understanding bits about music, like I'm starting to just like lose my shit over it,
dude. Yeah, it's real fucking cool.
Like I've heard the Mario whistle recently, right? That tune in Mario 3, you play the whistle, that do-do-do-do-do-do. And I didn't realize that there was a whistle in The Legend of Zelda, which does something very similar and plays the same tune. But so I heard the Mario whistle, and then yesterday
managed, man.
Yeah, I know. And then yesterday I heard the Legend of Zelda whistle, and it's the same tune, but I realized that it's pitched down. And I've known kind of what it means for something to be pitched up or down, but actually reading about it and, you know, learning what that means and then hearing it, I'm like, oh, now it makes sense to me in more than just an intrinsic fashion. Like I understand the theory behind it.
I mean, there are only 7 notes at any given time that you can play in a scale. You know, depending on what kind of scale you use. Yeah. But then it's just whatever the main note, the root note, or the tonic note is, and then you move that around. So it's like, am I playing in C sharp? Am I playing in D?
And now I have an idea of what it means when something is sharp or flat, which allowed me to get a joke from, of all things, Cannibal the Musical.
Oh, yeah?
Where they have an argument about whether something is a sharp or a flat.
Yeah.
And then they actually have the argument during their commentary on it.
Yeah.
And I understand where they're coming from. It's like a sharp is the same thing as a flat sometimes. I think it's just a matter of, are you going down from the tonic note or up from the tonic note? I'm like, oh man, it makes sense. I love that I get music jokes.
Dude, wait till once you get the violin and you get even deeper into it. Because Jamie, you know, she played flute and sings and stuff, but she hasn't really been into music theory or like reading about it, or like she can read music somewhat. I'm sure once she does it again, she'll get it, like pick it right back up. And so I'll talk to her a bit, but she's just kind of like, you know, like I'm just saying shit to her, and she's just like, well, okay, it kind of makes sense. Yeah. So once you start getting into it, and you and I will be talking about it, well, it's like I lose my mind about that stuff.
It's like learning to read again. I kind of remember what it felt like to learn to read. Like, you know, your first few years of life, you see letters and you understand that they mean something.
Yeah.
You know how to speak, you know what words are, you know that they correspond to these letters, but you only kind of know it. And once I actually was taught how to read, I picked it up in, I think, 2 weeks.
Nice. Yeah.
Like the learn to read class in school was like 4 weeks, and then 2 weeks in, I'm just done. Like, I got it. Yeah. But it's that same feeling of, you know, I've listened to music my whole life, and I've heard phrases like, you know, pitch it up an octave, or take it up a fifth, or play something in, you know, C flat or C minor or whatever, but I didn't know what any of that meant.
Or you can even sing notes, like you can create music out of your own body, but you don't quite get it, you know what I mean? Like just like you can speak words, but you can't read it, you know?
But then once you actually know what everything means, you can actually fully comprehend it and do something with it, and realize that this isn't just happenstance.
Whoa!
I know, right? Look at that motherfucker.
What?
Look at this JoJo.
Yeah, it's like
look at this pillar man, just ready to fuck.
Really big man, like ready to
really big man,
ready to stick his nipples in your eyes.
His nipples to the future. Christ. God damn it.
Well, then there's even like a further step, right? So you learn you know how to speak and you learn how to read, but then you're like,
how to write.
But then and then you like
can actually command and having command over it is a whole other feeling of like, now I have a tune in my head, because sometimes I just get tunes in my head, like I'll wake up and I'll have, you know, a melody or something going on, but then it just gets lost because I don't know how to write music. Or I'll just have an idea for something on the bus. Like, I don't normally just hear music in my head the way, you know, a lot of great composers do, but it does happen sometimes. It'd be nice to be able to know the mechanics of it. Be like, I know what this is. It's, you know, an A into a C into like an F flat, and it's in this key or that, or...
and like, you know, then you get better. You're like, man, I'm gonna, like, you take that even farther, and you're like, I'm gonna write, but I'm going to throw in the good old semicolon.
And,
you know,
exactly.
Like, now you're learning even more cool shit where you're like, not only can I write it out, but I can find the hidden power within it and do fun shit.
And I was going to say, like, it'd be fun if after I've, you know, gotten some command of the violin and can actually play it with some competency and know more about music theory, if like we actually did some simple like spell gun songs with, like, you know, flute, guitar, and violin, which we compose it properly, would sound pretty cool.
Well,
I think
it'd be cool because
it'd be an interesting experiment. Like, what can we do with these three instruments?
I would down tune the guitar and basically exclude the bass and have the guitar be pure rhythm, and then allow the violin to take more of the lead guitar role, and then, you know, flute could potentially take the role of the vocals, or you know, also just be in there, you know, if Jamie wants to get in on that. But like that, because I don't really play metal at home. Like, that's not what I like listening to metal, but I play rock and roll, like that's what I love. But I would love to have an outlet to learn and play metal. And even that style of metal that I'm thinking of is still very rooted in like bluesy rock and roll.
Yeah,
and shit.
it is. So it's like it's kind of like 3 Inches of Blood's Hear Waits Thy Doom album, which sounds way different. It took me a bit to appreciate it, because you know, you introduced me to 3 Inches of Blood with not Fire Up the Blades,
Advance
and Vanquish. Yeah. And then I listened to Fire Up the Blades and all that, and that's just fucking metal.
Oh god.
And then
I get chills just thinking about it.
I know, don't you?
Through the horned gates, like
that's incredible. And then into Night Marauders, just that goddamn scream.
Oh god.
Yeah. But because so you know, coming out of that into Hear Waits Thy Doom,
really like, sludgy, really
real
slow.
Sludgy, more slow, and like I knew I liked it, but I didn't. This is a phenomenon I have a lot, where a lot of my favorite albums I didn't necessarily like at first. I had to listen to them frequently, and then I'm like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, yeah.
Part of it is just finally figuring out what all the lyrics are, and then another part of it is appreciating what the music is.
Like the simplicity behind that album, like, you know, Battles in Brotherhood, or
Battles in Brotherhood,
or
Preacher's Daughter.
Yeah. Like really
Witch's
just
Hammer, I think, is one of them.
Yeah, just really like really down to the root of the music, you know, and then which made sense at the time. I think they were down a guitarist and down a vocalist.
they're the other vocalist they had, the guy who would do the screaming. I think he had throat issues and couldn't do that anymore, so he was gone. Which I don't know. Sometimes he brought a lot. Sometimes he just kind of felt like he was there. Yeah. I was always kind of hot or cold on him from song to song. But
he could really add something.
Oh yeah, in part 2 of
the seas. What is it called there? Like the
Upon the Boiling Seas.
Yeah.
In part 2 of that, there's a moment, like I think midway through, where it's just him, and it's fucking perfect because they're singing about how the rain falls like musket balls and it's tearing the ship apart. And the story they're building is just chaos.
Yeah.
And his voice and what he's singing is just goddamn perfect for that. But
sometimes it just added too much of an element of nu metal or like screamo.
A little bit,
like,
yeah.
You know, and then it made it seem more like a marketing move than anything for the time that they came out. But you know, about the time that, you know, unfortunately had throat issues and had to leave the band, it felt like that. The time for that type of music, at least,
had certainly passed.
Yeah, and so they just got into more. They're like, as a band, they're like, look, we're all bearded, denim and leather clad, you know, beasts, and you're kind of this.
You're more clean cut.
Yeah,
you're the more clean cut metal type, which certainly has its place. Yeah, but you know, we are this, and you do your thing, and
that band, even the story of them and how they've come to an end, it even makes me think of like Heroes, you know, like don't live.
It's
for
this weird saga, and I hope someone I hope their appreciation grows to the point where they'll never be as popular as all the other. Here's one of those moments where there's a triggered encounter that I have to fight because it doesn't despawn.
But they did give you a lot of treasure.
They did give me a lot of treasure. God, I hope they do like grow in popularity as years go by, so that more people fucking know about them.
Yeah.
Just because it's such just good music.
Like they'll never be Judas Priest.
No.
Judas Priest is still around. Yeah. But if they could be like fucking.
What is a? I say
like a band that came.
I say B level, not in terms of their quality, but just in terms of popularity.
Yeah.
If they could reach that sort of.
I'm struggling to think of a good parallel, but
I'm gonna say if they could reach Nightwish popularity in the U.S.
That'd be cool.
Nightwish sells out stadiums in Europe and South America. They come to the States and they play the Crystal Ballroom.
Yeah.
Nice venue. Only holds about 1,000 people.
Yeah.
There's a reason that Nightwish's live albums aren't recorded in the States.
Yeah.
If they could reach a similar level of popularity to that, and this is one of those just nope encounters, I'm like, fuck that. Because I've gone through this whole labyrinth, right? Looking for treasure. Dead end.
No. And then these fuckers again.
These pillar men.
Fucking these extra buff Namex.
Yeah. God damn it, the extra buff Namex.
Or extra buff fucking whatever Abe from Oddworld is.
Oh yeah, Mudakin.
Yeah. Super Mudakins.
Oh man.
But yeah. Fucking.
So I know what you mean when you're thinking about like where Spellgun's music would be.
Yeah, we'd do it. We'll make some Spellgun sounds.
Oh, I remember where I was going with that. It would be good if once I gain some mastery over that and we are able to compose some music. That RPG idea I have that I keep talking about. My idea for that would be to come up with some ideas for why did I hold on this for so I was checking the guide. That's why I held on this for so long, because I'm like, I'm running low on potions.
I sucks.
I came in here with 99 potions, and I think I'm at least halfway through them now.
How much HP is that lava taking per step?
I think it's only 1. It's not as painful as it often is, but you still need to walk on so much of it that it begins to add up. So I'm actually using her heal spell, which normally is bullshit. But it'd be fun to come up with based on what my idea for the first episode of that RPG would be. Like a simple soundtrack for that.
Yeah,
it's
like a
it's
concept album, kind of?
A concept album, basically. It's like, this is the battle music, the boss music, victory, defeat. This is the first cave. This is what the overworld music is like. You know, and then think of, like, what's the whole scenario? What music would we need? Give them names. And then from that, think, like, okay, what would this music sound like? And then, you know, if we ever do expand it out into something, like, we could compose that music for it. Be like, here's a basic soundtrack. You could... 40 potions. I'm down to 38, 37, 36, 35, 34. And I still have... Actually, I think this might be the last floor of the dungeon. Or not. I have to run over all this lava.
You just already went down, now you're going back up.
I went down, now I have to go up, so I can take another staircase down. Because fuck.
Dude, and if you didn't know what you were doing, you would be traversing lava all fucking day.
You'd be traversing lava all day. You'd get down... Imagine this scenario. Your last save was all the way back in town.
Mm-hmm.
To get here, you had to... Well, no, your last save...
Hellhound.
Yeah, that's actually not bad. Well, it won't be bad later, but right now it's pretty bad. So I'm a liar. But if you had a tent or a cottage on hand, you could save outside the mouth of this cave. Right? But imagine getting all the way down here, not knowing where to go. Just... this lava is just eating through your potions. You're not even to the boss, and you're out of heals.
Yeah, like, what do I do?
You're all the way down here. You can't return to the surface. You might be able to run away. You might be able to run away from every encounter and get back to the surface if you're lucky.
I'm trying to think of, like, what could this dungeon be trying to teach you? Like, what is the game trying to teach you? But I don't think it is.
It's not teaching you anything.
It's just kicking your ass.
You know what it's teaching you? Bring 99 potions to this dungeon because you're gonna need them, motherfucker.
I don't think they have...
Yeah, look how often I'm quick saving. Look, I took 5 steps there. Because I don't want to deal with it. If I don't want to get into a bad encounter and be like, oh, I need a soft reset, which means I need to run down this hallway again. That's the point I'm at. I don't want to lose a hallway's worth of progress to a bad encounter. Because I'm down to 25 potion, 22. I'm not even to the boss, and I've gone through 78 potions.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Fuck.
See, Jesus.
And I finally get down here, and this is the final level where the boss is at. And like, thank God, I said there's treasure in the top left, top right, bottom right. Boss is in the bottom left. I just made a motion for each of those, even though you can't see it. But fuck it. And I said, I don't care. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's the Mazamune. I'm not gonna go get it.
Yeah, you just can't.
I can't. I literally can't. I don't have any healing left. I need to fight this boss and fight him now. I
feel like the level is even set up that way. It's like, will you go for the goal, or will you try to get the treasures? And
like, unless you're powerful enough, that's the choice you have to make. And then finally, we get to Merilith.
That's a cool name.
It is a cool name. And she's a cool boss.
Oh shit, she's got swords.
And a snake tail. I don't...
Well, I guess
I think she has snake hair, yeah.
Well,
I get... And a big snake tail. I guess I kind of get the dudes who like the snake lady monster girl.
Yeah.
But I'm always like, where would you put your dick? Like, I get the, mouth and hand stuff, but that gets old after a while, right?
Eventually you're going to want some other stuff.
Eventually you're going to want to return the favor. I mean, some dudes want to return it less than others, but...
She's like, all the way down here, buddy. Down, kind of towards the tip, but not quite all the way there.
This weird, like, all-in-one hole. Yeah, that's it.
Don't worry about it.
Sometimes the snake ladies have kind of a lady butt, and then it turns into a tail, and that's just confusing. Like, why would they even have that lump? I don't get it. You monster girl-loving motherfuckers.
I was trying to think about what type of creature girl is, in my mind, like, the best, and I'm like, I kind of like the rabbit women. Like the long ears.
Oh yeah, the bunny ladies from like FF12.
Yeah, like that's pretty good.
Because they're otherwise human. They just have
like
big ears and maybe a little tail. I can't remember.
Maybe like elongated kind of animal feet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. That's they have
makes
those
them
too.
extra tall.
Well, because then they just wear heels.
Because everyone, like, the thing is, everyone always goes straight to cat, right?
Yeah,
like
cat
that's
ladies.
the thing. Like, oh, cat ladies.
Sometimes
like,
fox, but
like,
yeah, cat lady.
Foxes are so funny because they already look like they're wearing stockings because they're like,
Yeah.
they have like they're all red
Uh-huh.
except for their feet up to like their elbows are black.
Uh-huh. So, ladies, if you want to put a little extra work in your costume, just wear like sexy stockings and say you're a fox.
Yeah, and then it works on 2 levels.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can
And you
wink
go wink,
at
wink.
them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wink.
Say wink as you're winking.
Yeah, say wink as you're nudging them. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more.
Man, Snake Lady is a pretty sweet looking, like,
Yeah, she is.
sprite. Just like all those hands with swords. Like she's just fucking gonna cut the shit out of you.
So, fun fact, all these fiends reappear in Final Fantasy IX,
Huh.
which I think may have been part of the impetus to remake 1 and 2 to release in the US audiences, because 2 was never released stateside. 1, obviously, was only on the NES, and a lot of people had probably never played it. Like, 7 was the major entry point.
Yeah.
4, 6, and
Yeah.
7.
7, yeah.
Right? But Final Fantasy IX, because they knew that was basically the end of the first era, or it was the end of an era for Final Fantasy, because they're going into brand new hardware, which has a whole new power, and it's going to need a new approach to game making.
And they can't
So
just
9...
render all of that place
Yeah,
for
exactly.
you to run around
so
in.
9, in a way, is a love letter to what came before. Especially
Definitely.
the older stuff, like between 1 and 5. And so the main boss of...
I would say,
One of the main bads of 9 is a guy named Garland. And then the fiends make reappearances. The crystals are in there as well.
I'd say even in the character design, like a little bit more cartoony and goofy, like because these sprites, they are cute and cartoony and stuff, and so but 7 and 8 certainly weren't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 9 certainly has a more an older focus on its character design, just in 3D models. And so I remember playing Final Fantasy 9, and I fought the fiends, but I didn't get it. Right? It didn't resonate with me because I had never played Final Fantasy 1. It didn't. I imagine if I had played Final Fantasy 1 when I was a little kid and had somehow gotten through it, my white mage got fucking murdered, by the way, so now this is just a race against the clock.
Yeah.
And I'm really hoping these fogs don't land, because I need every hit I can.
Uh-oh, these sunglasses are too cool.
Yeah. So I imagine that maybe there is a certain response to 9 and its inclusion of, these old bosses that a lot of people didn't know about, had never heard of. Like, maybe we should, because this was 2003, 9 was 2000. Plenty of time to do this project. I imagine they were, in their minds, like, maybe we should remake these and allow people to have some access to it.
Did you ever see the commercials for the American release of 3? Like, there were, like, legit
No, I didn't.
TV commercials for that.
No, the earliest game commercials I actually remember were Final Fantasy VII.
I don't remember.
That was a goddamn commercial if I've ever seen one.
The Final Fantasy 3 commercial was like Moogle sitting at a desk, and like different monsters were coming in for like interviews for the job basically, and he was basically just telling them like, nope, and it was just really weird. And my brother was super stoked, and I'm like, why are you super stoked for this game? You don't like these? And then we got it, and he was like, this sucks. And I'm like, this is rad.
Oh man.
Hooray, we did it again, everyone. Jumping jacks. Here we go.
1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 3.
Teacher,
we're done.
Teacher, I can't do jumping jacks. Can I do sit-ups instead?
No. So my white mage is dead, which means, and there are no Phoenix Downs in this game either.
Oh.
Yeah.
How? Oh yeah, you could teleport out of there.
Mm-hmm.
At least there was that.
At least there's that.
God, could you imagine if you had to walk your ass back out?
Back out?
Yeah.
It'd be impossible.